everybody. I've talked to you the past couple days about homeschooling with that comforting word, relax. I know as in this time and age, we're making these massively huge decisions about our children and their schooling, and, our school boards are having to make huge decisions, and I know that and understand that. So I'm here to say again, relax. A lot of people ask, will homeschool ruin my kid? And usually when they're saying that, they mean in one or two directions. They either mean, one, will homeschooling make my kid some very awkward person who can't succeed as an adult in society? It is starting to rain. I have to roll my windows up. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Will they succeed in society as, human beings? Or two, am I going to ruin them academically and ruin all their chances for having some kind of successful career in adult life? And I am here to say, relax. First, about the ever-present socialization issue. I tell total strangers that I homeschool, and the first thing they say is, how do you socialize? And I'm going to tell you right now, the only thing that's going to hinder your children's socialization if you choose to homeschool will be the coronavirus. No matter where you live, there are opportunities for homeschoolers to socialize. For example, if you are into sports, some states have a TBO law, which means that children who are homeschooled can play on public school teams. Some states actually have homeschool sports teams that do incredibly well, and they even have like a nationwide tournaments at the end of the year. Or I know a lot of homeschoolers who play recreational and travel ball, so they will not be cut off from sports if that is their interest and that is their desire. As I said, I've homeschooled in 4 states. I've seen it work different ways everywhere. Now, opportunities may be different in each state you're in. I have found things that are unique to every state that I was in. Arkansas, where we lived, had a really wonderful science program through 4-H, science and leadership program that I've never seen anywhere else in the country. But there is always something. And how do you find those things? Well, the first one, the internet, Facebook or Google are going to be your best friend. Put in homeschooling groups and your city, or if you're in a more rural area, try your county or your state. Groups will pop up. Whenever I'm going to move, I email all of them, because unfortunately sometimes the information on the web is not always so up to date. But I do always get answers from a few. And once you get in with a group, then you're going to hear all about all the other opportunities in your community. I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, and we have homeschool things that happen right here in my city of 10,000 people. I also have other things that I go to that I have to drive to every 20 or 30 minutes away. Large cities have much more opportunities. So it's out there, you can find it, and you will probably find there's more than your kids can possibly do. So there's your socialization issue. And then to the, am I going to mess them up for life academically? Statistically speaking, homeschoolers actually start college and finish college at a larger percentage than government school kids, what you call public school. They enter and leave at a larger percentage. They do equally well or statistically higher on academic achievement tests like the SAT and the ACT. And when they're in college, they do pretty well because they've already learned how to work and study independently, which is a valuable skill in the college setting. I know most of the homeschoolers I know not only graduated college, but graduated with honors diplomas and have done incredibly well in their career fields. I know one homeschooler who's flying jets for the Air Force Reserves. I know another homeschooler that is a worship leader at a mega church. And those are just 2 examples. Whether they chose to pursue college or not, they are doing well in their careers and in their lives and in their marriage. Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule. as there are for government school kids. You know, every child is different, but on the whole, homeschooled kids do incredibly well. So academically, you are not going to ruin your child. What about emotionally? Emotionally, am I going to ruin my child? And I will say, and this I have no stats for, I will just say, from my experience anecdotally, children who, for example, were extremely introverted and struggled in government school, or children that were bullied, once they were brought into the home environment, they blossomed. Homeschooled children also create confidence in their interests because they have the freedom to pursue their interests. The Air Force pilot I mentioned started flying lessons at 14 because he was homeschooled and he had the freedom to organize his days around flight lessons. My son started, of course it's common now, but when my son started this 10, 12 years ago, it was not. He started teaching himself how to program. And because we had a homeschool environment, he had all the freedom to pursue those things and hunt them down and look for his interests. I know students who thrive in theater arts programs and make their own movies and pursue all kinds of things because the freedom of homeschooling that allows them, and that gives them confidence and self-esteem. So I just want to assure you today, if you're worried you're going to ruin your kid, relax. You're not going to. And again, I want to say, we may all know that one outlier kid who's extremely awkward socially, but that is not the norm for the homeschool families. And I'll come back to the example of my older son. Now, truth is, he's a talker. He's never met a stranger. But because we homeschooled, instead of him mostly being exposed to children his own age, he was exposed to people from all ages, from children to adults, all range of ages, all range of races, all ranges of temperaments. He was exposed to that because that was the way our life was. And as a result, every job he's gotten has been involving his customer service skills. And he does incredibly well in all of these jobs. And the job he has right now is based on talking to clients all day long because he learned how to talk to people from every walk of life when he was homeschooled. So I want to tell you again, relax. You're not going to ruin your kid. Have a good day. Bye.